Christine Ferrouge.
I'm Tavee Mcallister Lee.
And we are here at Gearbox Gallery in Oakland at our show, Glossy Dream.
Well, we put our work together in this show, Glossy Dream, because we noticed some things that were related in our work. Want to speak to that, starting with your paintings?
I think Glossy Dream is both about the gloss and glamour and actual shimmer of girlhood, but then also consumer goods and things that are by girls or women. And then Dream has to do with imagining and hoping for your future or what you want to be or who you want to have. And the whole thing is both like positive and critical at the same time. Tavee's work, she uses actually magazines to form her work. The idea of like consumer has been in there for a long time. And then with my paintings, when the girls were younger, they were always being given princess objects that I felt were maybe not always, I had questions about what does that mean? When my girls were young, their culture, for 3 to 5 year olds, was everyone was telling them they were a princess. And so as a mother, I wondered, is that okay? The advertising was telling them they were a princess, right? So they could sell them more cheap polyester dresses and other stuff that maybe was really kind of maybe not age appropriate, like plastic high heel shoes.
Yeah.
That I didn't want them to wear.
Nail polish.
Scratch my floor. Yeah, nail polish, where I was like, oh, you're so little, there's so much formaldehyde in that. How do I find like the natural version? But it's fun.
It's fun.
It's beautiful.
It's super fun. It's beautiful.
And there's a draw to that they do the dress up stuff and the layering, and I decided that I needed to make a tutu for myself to wear to the park because my girls were always wearing tutus to the park. So as a mom, I started wearing my tutu to the park. Wow. But you had a history with
dress up.
And
yeah.
I mean, I definitely had a history with
imagination.
Right?
Yeah.
So we all need to dream. We all need to hope for a future. We all need to invent, and that's all good.
That's all good. Yes, that's
and
good.
important.
Like as a little kid, have all this imagination, this big dream for the future, and they've told you, especially when my kids were little, you can be anything, basically, is the message all the time. You are amazing no matter what.
Yes.
That's not actually how I grew up. But then you encounter, and this did happen to me, you encounter the realities of life. And so a lot of my work is that gloss that gets put over, from my point of view, is all this stuff is going on at the same time. There are people who are maimed and injured by cluster bombs right now living on the other side of the world. There are people who are wanting water. Water's their most precious possession at the moment. Mm-hmm. And here we are looking at diamonds and Vera Wang dresses. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I think they want us to want them. Mm-hmm. And I certainly do because they're so pretty. But anyway, so a lot of my work is comment just about that juxtaposition.
So if you look carefully in your pieces, you start to see that. And you have to look carefully sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Because they look really sweet.
There was some stuff I found today when I was doing another walkthrough. Like you have to really,
Like it just looks sweet at the moment.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, also my work, I will sometimes start with this, like, are my girls gonna be okay? Or there's some poison in the surfaces of the things that they always touch. But then I make a painting about them in this space or in the world.
Part of my work is about still appreciating the dream and the vision for the future, like holding on to that and taking forward what is really important in life.
Yeah.